Welcome to another episode of Legion Elite Motorsports. I'm your host, Isaiah, and I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. Definitely drop some comments down below. Let me know what you got. But until then, we're going to jump back on the yellow Starquest project for 2021. We're going to finish up before the year's out. So, let's get to it. Okay, here we are, back at it again. Okay, so I am completely done with the front end of this car. Let me explain what all that entailed. So, as you can see under here, let me get the bar. There we go. Okay, so I completely bolted on the strut bar. Okay. And then I added in the AC compressor. So this AC compressor is perfectly good. I tested the clutch in the front. It's not frozen or seized up or anything like that. But I'm missing a couple of lines. So this one, after I put brand new O-rings on everything, goes up like that, comes over here, and we're missing that section. Okay, then this hose here actually goes to the lower, so it goes through here, right underneath, through that hole, and this is supposed to be aimed down. But on this model, don't know why, it's aimed straight forward. So, have to go to a shop that specializes in hoses, and it's called Royal Brass and Hose, and we're going to get this piece here made, just a short male or female 90-degree angle pointing down, and then from there I can bolt in the rest of the AC line. So I've loaded up the vehicle with the lower hose so they know what thread pitch and everything to make it, and we'll take it from there. But after the AC lines are completely done, which is plugged, there we go, which is plugged right there. The rest of them here are already plugged in, so I don't have to worry about that. I will be completely done with the front, minus bleeding the front brakes. Okay, so bleeding the front brakes and finishing up the AC, putting a vacuum on the system, and also charging it, seeing if it's nice and cold, make sure it turns on. Oh, and that's another thing. Plugging in the AC compressor with the factory harness, which is still here, so I made sure I plugged that in. Okay, so when you push the AC button, all it does is send power to the compressor, which in turn locks this wheel in the front, and then you should have cold AC. So after the front is done, we have some things that we need to do in the rear. So let me show you exactly what we have to do in the rear. Okay, and we're going to be doing the rear subframe bushings. We have the torque tube bushings there. We have the inner lower control arm in the rear. And then this is frame, this rear subframe. These are the rear subframe. These are actually the inner rods, and then these two go towards the wheel. So those are bushings for the wheel, differential mounts, and sway bar bushings right there. So we pretty much have to pull down the whole rear end of this car and really get everything done. So yeah, so that's one thing we have to do that's left. And we also have to do rear coilovers. So let me slide those out so you can take a peek. Okay, so here we are. We have the rear coilovers here. They're not assembled on the top, and that is because we have a product update. So let me show you what's been updated. So now, instead of having these guys up top here, we have some water jet cut off center drilled plates, which are thicker than these, and these bolt directly onto here. So now adjusting camber is slightly different. So this is made to give you positive camber. And what we're gonna do to adjust camber is unbolt the 3 bolts, and then you're gonna twist it like that, and this will give you negative camber. So that's pretty much the system. It's a twist system. You have up to 3 ways of adjustment. So when you get it, it will be set up to give you positive camber, which is going to make the wheel as straight as possible. And it's taken from there. So we're going to get these ready for these. So that's what we got to do to the rear, including some brake upgrading for the rear, which is pretty much going to be a one-off. The owner of the yellow car is going to make what we have fit and kind of take it from there. But besides this, we're going to do the rear brake lines, we're going to do the rotors and caliper. So yep, and then after all of this stuff is done, she will be done and heading home with the owner. So we're gonna drop that one right after New Year's, and then that'll be the end of said yellow car. So yep, we're gonna show all of the work that's gonna be going in for the rear subframe and the suspension, and then we're going to retune and send her on her way. So yep, that is it right there. So as you can see here, this is the line. I replaced brand new O-rings for 134A. This will no longer be a 12A system. 12A is actually really expensive. Plus you need a couple of different licenses for it because you can technically get high from it. So 134A is 100% safe. And this connects to the compressor like so, right across. Then this line comes up like this, and the line that it's supposed to connect to is pointing this way. So I'm gonna see if I can get a 90-degree angle that'll just go right into this guy here, and it'll be all said and done. But because today is Sunday, everything is closed, so I have to wait till Monday. All right, so until then, I guess, we can show some of the goodies we got for Christmas. And because today is Sunday, the place that's going to make the custom fitting is not open. So this has been pretty much a what's to come next on the following video. Of course, after we get a couple more things situated. But, yeah. At least we know, and, yeah, gotta knock it out. And with that being said, we're gonna call it an episode right there. So, this has been kind of an update. Nothing too lengthy, so that's good. But, yeah, definitely Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you all got like excellent gifts, especially if they're car gifts, even better. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you got. I definitely want to know and hear about what you got for Christmas. And yes, definitely remember, knowledge is power. And I will see you guys next episode. All right, I'll see your comments down below.